episode 476. Tonight, we've got myself, Jester, we've got Kirk, we've got Joseph, and we've got KD. The way it works here on the workshop is we've all been given a random topic. We do 3 to 5 minutes on that, and then we open it up to the floor where we offer each other suggestions and tags, help each other out with what doesn't work, and offer compliments when things work. After that, we're going to all do 5 minutes of our own material, workshop whatever we're trying out for other audiences. Also today, we're going to be spinning the Wheel of Fate to determine who will go on first. So, up first in tonight's comedy workshop is... Oh, I like the Wheel of Fate now.
Oh!
It's Joseph. All right. All right. So, what's your word tonight, Joseph?
Extortion.
Oh, fun.
It is fun. I don't know. So, have you guys ever noticed that straight relationships are a lot like extortion? This is something I've noticed, like heteronormative relationships are a lot like extortion. Just talking with my straight friends, it always seems like guys are trying to get sexual favors out of women. Like, they're like, okay, well, if you want me to go to this quinceañera with you or this person's birthday party, I need you to suck my dick. And I'm like, whoa. It's not even transactional at that point. That's pure extortion. It's like, if you want me to go to this fun thing with you, which I should be going to anyway since we're a couple, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. It's super weird, right? I'm like, that's crazy. I say that, but being a gay man, gay men are very much also, our relationships are very much extortion. I mean, it's a little different. It's less sexual favors and more like, if you want me to go clothes shopping with you, then I'm gonna need you to go see my parents. It's like, if you want me to do this favor for you, then I need something that's gonna top this favor. But we're gay, so everything's all about extremes. So it's about who can ask for the most extreme, extortion favor, and then eventually it gets crazy. It's like, if you want me to go to your aunt's house for the weekend in Florida, I need you to go with me to rob this bank. It gets to that level.
Fair enough.
It's also weird working in education. I work with kids, and kids are all about extortion. I mean, that's what Halloween is. Trick or treat, give me. It's basically give me candy. I'm gonna wreck your house. Yeah, that's literally what that meant. Watching kids on the playground, it's very weird. At lunchtime, they're like, they don't even ask, they just steal each other snacks. I mean, it's a no man's land out there. You have to protect your snacks. I mean, even as an adult, I've had middle schoolers come up and say, "Well, we need you to give us that." And I say, "If you reach for my stuff, I'm gonna stick a fork in your hand." Just by instinct. That's a good way to get kids to leave your food alone. That's all I have so far.
I liked it. Man, I had a lot of fun about a very serious topic. I got a tag for you. About the clothes shopping thing. You got to meet your boyfriend's parents. First, we'll deal with your closet. Then we'll deal with my closet that I have back at my parents' house.
I like that. Write that down. Cool.
I miss the old days when you used to when you would get instead of the old days where when you would start going steady with a woman, her father would give you 8 goats and 2 head of cattle. That's a transaction. Yeah, exactly. That's a transactional straight relationship.
Yeah, I like your sexual favors are extortion.
But isn't it kind of like, I don't know, it feels like it's like reverse prostitution to me or something.
Oh
But,
God.
but I don't know. I guess I've used that sort of as a weapon, being a married lady. But and I like your fork in the hand with the kids. Like, yeah, it's a good way to keep kids away from your food, but also a good way to never get hired anywhere else because you're about to lose your job. You're stabbing students. Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
it was good.
Except in this instance, the opposite party is saying, "Hey, baby, you looking for a good time?"
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes, and it will require a dick suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been stuck on the whole trick-or-treating kids or extorting. Like, I don't know. Is it extortion? It's more like just like the really angry, like, homeless guys where it starts out friendly, like, hey, can I get a buck? And you're just like, oh, no, sorry, man. And then they get upset. Like, your buck is already their buck. Like, or yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Extortion. I feel like those kids would, like, almost need to call the houses and put out a ransom first, like let you know that they're coming to collect the
Well,
kid.
You've
Like-
heard the full expression, right? There's a whole song that goes to that.
No,
It's like trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll put something in your underwear or something like that. I'll show you my underwear.
Whoa.
There's a whole. I'm telling you.
I have heard that.
Can two gigolos enter into a barter agreement where they like exchange blowjobs, like a dick pro quo?
Oh,
I don't know.
God,
I think it can work both ways, Jester. It can be a clit pro quo,
I think it could be nice.
right? Come on.
Have you guys read
Equality.
that? You guys read that book as children? If you give a mouse a cookie, that's pure extortion too.
No,
Oh yeah.
No?
I don't know what that is.
It's a book for a children's book for parents who are trying to turn their children into libertarians. If you give a mouse a cookie, then he's gonna want a glass of milk and a plate, and like it's like a weird anti-socialism children's book. It's a very
Right.
weird read.
The mouse basically comes to his family's house and he won't leave because he keeps asking for things.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another.
Amazon be like, you may also like The Giving Tree and Ayn Rand.
I actually do like the Giving Tree.
Extortion is like when
You also may like the rainbow fish. What's that one with all the scales he gives away? All these books are about. Yeah, they're fun. They're interesting books.
I feel like iTunes extorted everybody when they forced that U2 album on people a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
That is, oh god damn it, that is Irish extortion.
Is Irish extortion?
Nothing pro bono about that one.
I like
I'm
that.
sorry, and I'm out. You Bono joke, I'm out. I'm done. That's
I apologize for setting an early precedent for Latin puns.
No one likes a good pun more than Jester.
I love a good pun, and I love a bad pun even more.
Yeah.
So we're gonna spin the wheel one more time, and
All
let's
right.
see who's up next. Come on, big bucks, no whammies.
Is it spinning? Spinning.
And Kirk.
right on.
Woo.
Woot.
All right, here we go. Please welcome to the stage, Kirk.
Hey, what's up? Jesus. All right. So, I was wondering how specific this topic I was going to be sent was, and it was very specific. You could say it was precise. My topic was precision. Precision. I don't know. I feel like comedy itself is an activity like a job, a skill that needs to be attacked with precision. Why can I not start my timer here? There we go. There we go. All right, my bad. Yeah, see, precision, just like that. Started a timer. Not going to go over my time. It's precise. You want to read the room with comedy. You want your jokes to have precision. You see your audience. You kind of tailor your act to fit that performance. Like, I mean, precision. It's Latin, based on a Latin for cutting. Like an open mic as a comic. That's where you kind of make your set precise. You cut out the things that people don't want to hear. So that then when you end up doing a performed, still unpaid set for an audience, it's good. It's all cut down. All the fat has been trimmed. It's precise. I mean, you want to read that room. Keep your jokes to your audience. You don't want to do needle drug jokes to an older audience. A lot of the people who would understand my heroin jokes aren't alive. If I see that that room is over 55, I don't do them. I don't do them. They're not going to get them. Oh, just keep your jokes precise, tuned in. Maybe AA conventions would get my needle jokes. Wrong. You don't. You would be wrong. It's also from the word side, C-I-D-E, like homicide, kill. I don't know, precision, preside. You'd think the pre would have like, if you can have precision, can you have post-cision? No, you can't. Look that up. It's not a word. Maybe I just made that word. Like, what if you share something very controversial online and someone blocks you? Have you been post-sized? Was that a post-cision on their part? I don't know. They did cut you out of their online life based on posts. I kind of think I'm smart. I mean, like overall, but I really thought that precision and accuracy were the same, but they're not. Turns out they're not. Precision is actually a lot closer to insanity. You know how people say you do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results? Well, precision is really the ability to be accurate over and over again, but the accuracy is separate. That's where you're hitting the target. Like you can be precise and never hit the target. Like you're off point every single time. Like with some of these jokes. God damn it. I searched for precision, like I said I did online. And the top two things that came up were for window tinting and dentistry. I mean, yeah, both of those, you need accuracy also. Like, what if you just got a bill for your window tinting and it was like your neighbor's address and their car just got window tinted? Yeah, he was precise. He did the job. But the accuracy was not there. It was not there. Teeth? Yeah, you got to make sure if you're getting your wisdom teeth out, he's not only precise, but also accurate and takes out the right teeth. Don't know. We can talk about numbers with precision. Refers to like math. Math is always hilarious. Let's proceed with this. Like, it's precision about specific decimal placement. Like, in figures. Like, I could say I have 6 figures in my bank account. If I say I have a precisely placed decimal, 2 from the right in those figures. That is in the thousands, everybody, not the 100,000s. Math jokes never work. Oh, that's probably about 4 minutes. I feel like that's enough. Thank you.
Hey. Woo! The trick I use for quantifying the digits in my bank account is I also include the hyphen and the parentheses.
I walked by an ATM in a grocery store the other day, and it literally just had a handwritten, taped-on sign that said "no money." And I was like, just like shaming me before I put my card in. Like, I know, I understand.
We don't even need to check.
They saw you coming and they just like stuck it on there real quick.
Like, it looked like a 10-year-old just wrote "no money," slapped it on there. Like, I think that would be
it's this
computer.
guy again, little Johnny. Get the paper.
It's not.
I love the jokes about old people and not like um, not getting the joke. I think there's a lot there, and that's super funny.
I got added. The Swiss are known for their precision timepieces, but of course you would expect a spooky level of precision from the accountants for the Nazis.
I liked your needle jokes or your heroin jokes. They that seemed, I don't know, they were like some kind of precision something you could do there, right? Like you have to be precise when you're sticking the needle in, and like and I like your postcision. That's
Oh,
funny. I like that. And your precision versus accuracy. I think you can do a lot more comparisons with that too. I really like that, like taking out the wrong tooth and stuff.
Also,
Really...
did you refer to the? Speaking of precision timepieces, we've got Jeremy here on time.
Jeremy.
Did you mention say with the needles thing? Did you say that that person was in AA, like Alcoholics Anonymous?
Well, yeah, just like it might work in an AA
There's
or NA.
there's NA. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would read it
Narcotics.
like hit as many people.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just
Probably still not good to show up at an AA meeting with heroin too. I mean,
either way, yeah. In my experience in both of those programs, like AA covers everything. Like small towns where you can't find an AA group, you go to just AA. It's the same.
oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Good times. Good times.
We learned that 3.5 grams equals an 8-ball in that class. I had to take that class for being
That's
a drug
precision.
That's good.
Like, that's what put us in the class, and now you're going to tell us more about working within the confines of the class. Sorry, I'm late. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, no worries.
I probably should go to AA for like just a light brush up. Like, I mean, I chase my shots with mixed drinks. And everything. Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Sounds like a millennial thing. Are you a millennial?
I
Yeah, there you go. It's all making sense now.
I had
Just
a-
don't soak any tampons in alcohol and put it up your butt.
I mean, also as
Draw the line there, Joseph. Jeez.
as long as you're just having like a full back and forth conversation with yourself as your own bartender in your apartment or whatever. Like, I think you're okay.
I knew my one buddy had a problem when I asked him, "What are you drinking?" And he said, "Oh, it's just a glass of mixer." And I was like, "Do you mean juice?" He forgot the word for it.
just drinking some Chase.
Fuck, that is funny.
Then they have a glass of Coke, and they're like, "Oh, I'm drinking rum and Coke, or that minus the Coke,
Yeah.
or minus the rum."
I'm drinking a virgin rum and Coke. Oh, honey. All right. So.
Spin that wheel.
All right. Brrr. Oh, is it making noise? Okay, I don't need to do the noise. Brrr. I'll do it anyways. Brrr.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Hey, it's me.
Sweet.
Alrighty. My word today is cute. Yeah. Which is why I have this prop, and this is like my pillow that I use every night, and I just think it's absolutely fucking adorable, and it's my Mr. Squishy buddy, and he's gonna be joining me for this entire set, just cause he's cute, and just cause like if I could do all of my comedy hugging my security pillow, I would, but now I have a genuine excuse. So. I was trying to figure out what angle to approach this topic from, and I went, of course, a cute angle, obviously. If you didn't get that joke, you're obtuse. Anyway, so there is something called a meet cute, And I think that's why PETA has issues with eating it. That's my favorite joke. That one's just for me, I guess. Basically, the way it is anything with infant features is cute. Big head, small body, big eyes, round and soft body features. So basically baby anything is cute. Some people even think snakes are cute. And I don't think those people are cute. I think Mr. Squishy is cute. But you know, I will honestly choose to cuddle with Mr. Squishy over the literal symbol of evil any fucking day. Cuteness is wired into us. It's a paternal instinct. And it's not just limited to living things. Objects can be cute. For example, here's a fucking Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, this one is little and it's round. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's built into our brains, and it's hooked up to our dopamine supply. It's like, so it's in the pleasure center. I think it's in the pleasure center called the nucleus of coming. Sorry, the nucleus accumbens. So, and cuteness has a similar effect on us as cocaine and meth. That's just a fun fact. And there's something called neoteny, which is when adults have infant characteristics. So let's play around with that. Let's look at adults now tiny. Okay, so here we've got a cute little version of Luke Skywalker from the fucking last. Oh, man, what did they do to him? What did they do to my boy? Oh my God, he looks even more homeless in this action figure than he looked when he was drinking the green milk straight from the teat. Let's go with other classic things that our brains tell us, yes, it's cute. Fucking Yoda. Giant eyes, big head. The creepiest little fucking dude ever. Dude, I mean, all I did was lie to this guy as a child. What the fuck? Let's look at, look at that cute little round Lex Luthor. Oh, you little baby. You little baby. Oh, he's gonna try to murder Superman. Who's gonna try to murder Superman? You are. Oh my God. Let's see how far we can take this. I want you to give me, on a scale of 1 to 5 fingers, how well did they manage to make this classic character cute? Big head, body. Oh, nope. It's still a toothy monster made out of dicks. Doesn't always work. Yeah. No, you know what? That's all. Oh, I've got one more piece of prop comedy here. Let's see. They tried the same treatment on Nikola Tesla. I've got this Nikola Tesla bobblehead over here. Did it work? No. He's still a fucking poor weirdo who fell in love with a pigeon. That's my time.
I think you could just like throw like one of those like pet vests on, like the animal vests on your little cutie puff there, and you can take it everywhere, and no one would think it was weird, and no one would be able to touch it either because you're not allowed to touch a service animal.
Yeah, put a little vest on it and just like carry it.
That's
like
right.
a little
Just
suitcase.
take it everywhere with you.
It would be good.
And I liked your Coke, and seeing something cute is like, the same. Like you get the same feeling from like doing a line of Coke. So next time I want to do a line of Coke, I'll just watch like a video of some kittens, and it should like satisfy that craving, right?
I'll go browse Reddit/r/illegally small cats.
Yeah, so maybe Kirk, take that to your AA meeting next time as a suggestion to everyone. Instead of doing heroin, just watch some puppy videos or something.
I can imagine Kirk's at the AA and he's like, "We're gonna make this rule where there's no more coffee or cigarettes at AA. We're just watching cat videos, guys." Yeah, that's
right.
Fucking happy.
And I live in Niagara Falls, and we have a statue of Nikola Tesla actually right down. Yeah, life size, right down beside the
Yeah.
falls there, because I don't know,
Hydroelectric.
something
I
to
think
do with right.
he invented the the hydroelectric dynamo, I believe.
There we go. So
And
that's
was
why.
involved in the production of some of the yeah. In Canada, we call electricity hydro, objectively a word for water, because historically a lot of most of our power generation was done from hydroelectric means. So that's a fun fact.
There we go.
Yeah, but
And I
when
should
you
know
have
that
like
here living in Niagara
5
Falls, but I
people,
don't. But thank you for all that that Niagara factage.
but you live in the
I'm
good
wondering
part
if
of Niagara Falls, right? Not the Canadian part. So
Hey, what? Yeah, I am in the Canadian part. What do you mean?
Hey,
I'm wondering if you could do, because I like prop comedy, but maybe a joke because it's kind of off base, but like a prop comedy joke about, and and comparing it to the proctologist, or going to go see the proctologist.
oh,
I mean, like, I like prop comedy as much as I like going to go see my proctologist. Yeah.
he's like, when my finger enters your butt, you're going to hear a little squeaky horn.
you may feel a little bit of pressure. Would you like to be on my podcast?
Hilarious.
Well, we probably could do both. You could probably do your exam and the podcast at the same time.
Yeah, live stream. You could be a cam. You could be on cam.
Well, I don't know that podcasts have video. It's typically just sound, right?
Well, podcasters, much like proctologists, are no stranger to doing a deep dive. I hated that.
I hated that. It was so cute, though.
Now, I don't know how you'll ever be able to really use it again, but the xenomorph, you can't make that cute because there's no eyes to make big. Am I correct?
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah.
There's no eyes. You make that big as head as you.
I mean, they made the android getting torn in half. He's kind of cute.
You could even make him smiling with those teeth, and it's still not cute. Like,
yeah.
And you said it's made out of dicks?
I mean, kind of. Like, you got, like, dicks all over his back. And he's made out of just big old black dicks.
Let Jester have his own specific.
Hey, don't blame Jester. Blame Geiger, okay?
I'm not I've never really sat down and seen the movie, so I actually thought that was part of the plot, that they were made out of dicks. So I was like, what?
Oh, it is. Don't
download it. It's not.
The Fincher version focuses on the dicks and the xenomorphs. Yeah. It's the number 3. It's a good one. Start there at that point.
I don't know. I like number 2.
Fincher disowned any part of Alien 3.
Yeah. Actually, have y'all played Alien Isolation? The new video? Oh, man. So I played that shit, and then there's a mod where you can play it in VR, and you're hiding, and the xenomorph is hunting you.
Oh.
And it got my heart rate going so fast. My Apple Watch was like, "Hey, buddy, I think you're having a heart attack." Like, and it's the scariest game I've played in the last 5 years.
Has it not happened where someone is playing a VR game like that and it's really intense and they're like on the 42nd floor of some apartment building and they just like run out their door like and off the ledge? Anything? Like,
I don't know about that, but I've worked at virtual reality arcades, and we used to have people just give haymakers to the wall.
Oh, really?
Because they're in like they're completely isolated in an environment where there's monsters coming at them, and they just go ah!
Yeah, I've never worn those, but I've heard they can be a little intense. I can see if maybe you're a little. Yeah.
I played Five Nights at Freddy's in that, and a robot teddy bear jump scared me, and I practically climbed up the wall. It was like it can be intense.
I need to just break down and get one. It'd be cool.
I don't know if you guys watch anime. There's an anime, and the whole premise is people play this VR game, and then the guy who created the game is like, "You're stuck in there now," and that's totally deterred me from like getting. I'm like, what if they stick you in there? And the thing is, if you get, it's Sword Art Online.
Oh, that's about that? Oh.
Yeah.
That
And
might be
if you
interesting.
die in the game, your head explodes in real life.
Well, that sounds fun.
All right.
All right. Speaking about exploding heads, no, not really. I just needed a segue. Let's
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel of... Flip the wheel of coin, I guess.
As long as it's not Bitcoin.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man.
Okay, now it's the wheel of KD.
Yeah, right.
All right, Jeremy, you up?
Looks
man?
like my album. I'm just about to drop.
yes.
I was not prepared.
Boo.
That's not my word. My word is brilliant. So I'm not prepared with brilliant. If you wake up and you say this every day, like brilliance, wake up and say that every day. Brilliance. That's how I pronounce it. Brilliance. I'm just wasting time. But if you wake up and you say this word every day, since the O.J. Simpson trial, then you too could. Yeah, we're not gonna finish that because that's weird. It's supposed to be a joke about those women that are famous. Brilliance is something great. It's something bright. Like luster, as in. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm gonna just read these things. I don't know where they came from. Brilliance is something great with brightness. Luster, as in Jesus, the God, not the underpaid gardener. You guys would have to be brilliant to understand where that was going because so much in there. There's so much. Brilliance is like a noun, and a noun can be a person that displays brilliance. Like JFK displayed brilliance in his presidential speeches, but he never actually gave credit to Marilyn Monroe for the knowledge. In this case, knowledge means brains, brains means head, head means oral sex. I'm sorry, I should have slept later. A place inside of someone's head, or a place can be brilliance. Maybe a place inside someone's head. I cannot see inside my head because it's not bright. I need a light. Yeah, I'm so sorry. March 19th, 1962, which we later received. Yeah, that's going back to Marilyn Monroe. Okay, guys, I'm done. I'm sorry. Wait. This is it. This is the joke that we all built up for. The real genius is knowing that E equals MC squared actually means eating McDonald's twice in one day. Yeah, that's okay. I got a 4-page document with nothing in there. That's great. Great job. Thanks, guys. I'm serious. Done.
This has never happened to me before on the workshop, but I have been assigned the word brilliance at random before on the workshop. I have a couple of tricks. The more I learn about light, the more I realize I am completely in the dark. So I read as much as I could about light, and now I'm even more confused than when I started. I think I've been overexposed to light.
Oh.
And the only other this joke's life taught me shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. NASA taught me no, I'd actually suffocate while my eyes and skin boil.
Hey, you look like one of your little cute dolls, though.
Yeah, I'd look like the minifigure of that's Luke Skywalker. I still can't fucking believe it. Hurts my heart.
Why is he that old?
Looks more like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it does. It super does.
I'm
Hold
used
on.
to saying young blonde.
Hold on.
Luke Skywalker.
I got.
I bet he's got a Chance.
We
man.
we are seeing the reason that Jester's parents made him move to the basement,
we
right?
go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Totally.
Yeah, that one totally looks
Yep,
closer.
that's him. Yeah. So, also speaking of the brilliance of NASA, when the Atlas V rocket launched with the Mars rover in it, it also had its second stage booster and its orbital payload that would propel the rover to the surface. So at that point, the Atlas V was a ship shipping a shipping ship, shipping a shipping ship, shipping a ship. Now, I think that is specifically to fuck with the Russian space program, because what would fuck with them more than sending a Russian doll into space?
Oh,
shipping now.
just the small part comes out. That's pretty good.
I have to read that one written down, otherwise I fuck it up 100% of the time.
I always thought, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and like, instead of saying great, everything's brilliant in Harry Potter, and I was like, is that
Oh
an
yeah,
English thing? Like,
yeah, it's like British
Americans
for
don't
cool.
say brilliant when they
Yep, they say that a lot on Coronation Street too.
Oh, and then
It is a
mad.
British thing.
And I remember Harry yelling at somebody, "Are you mad?" And I was like, "Why would they be mad?" And I didn't realize that meant crazy.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's weird. Like when if in England someone says you're mental, that's not like a compliment on like your acumen. That means you're fucking nuts.
That McDonald's joke was really, really good though, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was a good one.
Yes.
Brilliance. Sometimes it takes a lot, like a while for a diamond to form. So
I mean,
still in the process.
I thought your opening like was possibly unintentionally funny, like to where you could just say like, I tried to write a joke about brilliance and I just realized I'm not prepared.
Unintentionally
where-
brilliant.
Where you're not brilliant, like obviously, like that was how like I heard what you said, like, and I was laughing, and then you kind of rolled past it, and I was like, I don't know if he meant that or not. Yeah, it was just
Yeah, no, I was writing last night, and apparently I was drinking more beers than I was writing. Because like my head hurt this morning, I was awake late, and I got 3 sentences spread out over 4-page Word documents.
That's somehow how I write notes too. Like I'll think, oh, I'll have a lot to say about that, so I'll leave myself a big half-page gap, and there's like fucking nothing there. It's like, all right, I guess I didn't really rethink that one.
It was just your head on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Space. all the way.
I'll end up going, why the fuck do I have an entire empty page that just says black licorice?
It's black liquor. You're just like a little.
It's
like,
your
fuck,
grocery
it's
list,
black
Jester.
liquor. Easy to write it down later.
Yeah. Fuck the bread and the milk and the eggs. Black licorice. That's it. That's all Jester lives off of.
Yes.
But I think the probably more sad part is not that I didn't write jokes. It's probably that I had jokes and they're going to come back to me later. And then I'm going to be like, how am I going to use jokes about brilliance? I'm dumb. People are going to see right through that. But brilliance is not to do with smartness. It's to do with light. That's one thing I learned.
There we go.
But it
That's,
does sound like
Does that conclude your TED Talk, Jeremy?
If you just want to say you're not bright, I mean, that's fine. That works.
It's measured in candela. I just think it's weird to me that we measure all of our electronic stuff in candles and horses. Like I don't know.
Okay, dumb American here. What is candela?
It's a unit of candle power. It's a standardized unit. The same way that 1 horsepower is roughly the power of 1 horse, 1 candela is roughly the power of 1 candle.
I'm confused. Are you guys not? I mean, I thought watts was.
No, Watts was never, and still remains not a way to demonstrate how much light is given off. What that is how much power is going into the light bulb. And those old fucking like incandescent bulbs used to have so much. They used to be wasting like a full 120 watts of power instead of operating off of like 2.7 or something like an LED. And there was so much wasted energy that you could literally bake mini muffins in a little girl's toy with that shit. Yeah.
I had the creepy crawlers where like you put the,
Yes!
like, the glue and then you make worms and shit. Those were pretty cool.
Those were super cool. Now, did you have the ones? Did you have the creepy crawly version where you made like little like sticky toys, or the one where you made like foods? Because there were two.
I had both of the worms. Like the first one was the one that was my dad's. Like it was not even safe. Like it was a flame on it. That one he gave it to me like out of my grandparents' house. And then
those ones were good.
They were
only 10% asbestos.
Yeah.
He gave me these pretty cool like little cars, and it had a smash thing on the front, so you'd like pull it back and it would drive across the floor, and then when it hit something, the front would like spin around and it would look like it got into an accident.
That's cool.
So it would be like, and then it would hit something and it would flip around and be like the other side, and it would be all dented in and stuff.
That sounds like a free toy that he got from his insurance company and gave to you. Like some super fancy thing.
Sounds like a brilliant toy to me.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with like Evel Knievel or something. Because like you had two of them and they had little ramps, and you like one person at one side and it just crashed.
Wait, so it was a toy with human gore?
The car was probably like that big.
Fucking cool. That's some 80s shit for show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like steel. Like my first car was like pretty hardcore. I got into some accidents. We're so off topic. This has nothing to do with brilliance.
I'm enjoying it. This is the first chance I've had to talk about creepy crawlers in like 20 years, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
Creepy crawl is that like a wacky wall walker?
Yeah, it was. Creepy crawlers was like the version of Easy Bake Ovens marketed to boys, where instead of making delicious domestic treats for your family, you would make gross bugs.
Oh, and it was like the dirt was like Oreos and stuff.
No,
just bugs.
Oh, you couldn't eat them?
Yeah,
you can eat them?
Well, the edible ones, you would make like gummy worms, and you would cure like a sugar solution.
Yeah. I want to know what my IQ is in Candle of Power. I think instead of having like an IQ score, I think you should have a Candle Power score. And
yeah,
I don't know. It seemed like it would probably be like higher. It's like you're only like 600 Candle Power, and you're like 1500 Candle Power. It's like, I'm way more bright than you.
I was gonna say somebody could tell you, "Oh, you're not very bright, are you?"
Right?
I feel like I just lit my candle on fire because like I just learned about this. So like you'll get there one day, little candle buddy.
If someone ever insults your intelligence by using candle power as a metric, you should tell them, much like a candle, blow me. Let's spin the wheel of KD. Oh, it's KD.
Go DJ KD. DJ KD.
Right?
That would be the best DJ name ever, by the way.
DJ Craft Dinner.
The wheel has finally stopped.
DJ.
My topic was chainsaws.
Ooh.
Do you think that people who juggle chainsaws only do it because their parents ignored him their entire childhood, so they had to resort to picking up a ridiculous hobby just so they could get some attention for once in their sad fucking life? Right? Like, it's like, what got you into juggling chainsaws? Like, mostly just PTSD from child neglect. So, I looked up to see if there were any songs about chainsaws. There was, and shocker, they were all country tunes. So, there's a lot of flannel in those videos. But there was not. It wasn't entirely country, though. Actually, there was one like this, like poppy rap song. I wasn't really sure if it was serious or if it was one of those Lonely Island like spoof songs. It was serious, but it in the chorus it had a dozen dudes in flannel doing a choreographed dance that made it look like they were all jerking each other off. I'm not even kidding. The lyrics literally said, "Drop to your knees and crank it like a chainsaw." That was the chorus. So I'm almost positive it's about a circle jerk. They all have like these like smirks on their face, like but they're not going to tell you, you know. But when it really got disturbing, though, is when I inquired whether it was actually like a fake band or a real band. It is a real band. They are a Christian rock band.
Oh.
Oh yeah. No. Wait. There's more. 4 of them are brothers.
Oh.
Yeah. I know Jesus is like condoning some shady shit these days. Like, it's pandemic times. I get it, but like, you can't let everything fucking fly. Jesus, my goodness. Like, rein it in. But like even Jesus is into some shady shit now, right? Like I don't know what happened. Last thing I remember, like Jesus was turning my water into wine, and then I woke up with him screaming, "I'm filling you with the Holy Spirit." Sorry, that went a little off the rails there, or should I say, off the chain?
Oh,
that one's for you, Jester. The original chainsaw was actually created in the 1800s in Germany. It was originally called a osteotome, which translates into bone cutter. Yeah. It was created by a foot doctor. Seems a little unsettling. Like, I don't think he's really good at his job, right? Like, you walk in, you're like, "Hey doc, I got a pain in my left heel." He's like, "Well, I have one solution and one solution only." He breaks out the chainsaw and you're like, "No, I'm feeling much better." You just fucking hobble away really fast. But like, what's he doing with all those feet though, right? I don't know. That's what I want to know. I did look up some weird facts about chainsaws. One weird fact was that chainsaws work underwater. It didn't seem that weird to me. Like, I knew they worked underwater. My uncle took an electric chainsaw into the bathtub once, and it worked exactly the way that he planned. So.
Oh.
I totally forgot that I even wrote that, and I was like reading it. I'm like, where is this going?
Ouch.
Okay. Cool. Okay, and lastly, so one of the most popular movies in history is about chainsaws, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Which oddly enough is about like a really fucked up family, like probably somewhat similar to that fucking Christian rock band that's jerking each other off. But the Sawyers, from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that was the family, the Sawyers. All they ever did was like torture and kill people. At least they didn't touch each other's junk and write songs about it. So that's it. That's all I got.
Hey.
Thank you.
That's
So,
fun.
real quick, I can't believe that you talked about chainsaw and music, and you did not say jackal with a Y.
That's what I was gonna say as well. I'm a lumberjacker now, baby.
What? I have no idea what that is.
Really, like early '90s, like right after Nirvana killed hair metal. I feel like their album.
Hold on, can you hear it?
And lumberjack, in parentheses, the chainsaw song, I believe.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
can
like maybe
hear
I
it.
just hit this Christian rock band, and then that was it.
I have
I
the link.
spiraled into a rabbit hole after that.
The reference that I was kind of anticipating, that I was kind of like waiting for every moment, is I'm not a lumberjack, and I'm okay.
Right? Yeah.
Katie, I have to see that video to confirm its authenticity. Send it to
Yes,
me.
it's like the Family 5 or something Family 5, Forge Family 5 or something. Yeah, you'll find
Faith
it.
Family 5.
Just
Do we have to,
something
like,
Family
start-
5 and chain. Just put in Family 5 and chainsaw. You'll find it. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Do we have
quite
to start making like a sources pages? He's like, I want to see your research for this chainsaw.
Yeah, right.
And like, so we gotta have like our sources cited, like we're writing a research paper. Okay, well, I use these
No.
websites, and
I just meant as a gay man, I have a certain particular interest.
They are cute. They all look alike. If you're into that kind of thing.
Oh God.
well, they probably all
That was
look
fun.
very similar. So it doesn't go well with one.
Right? Just move on to the next brother. You know? You got a 1 in 4 chance.
I have a joke about a reciprocating saw. That's it's chainsaw. It's like a sawzall. Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, it's like a chainsaw but different, except that it's not. So
It goes in a circle. It reciprocates.
yeah.
Right? Reciprocating.
It goes back and forth, however you need to. Yeah. Put a dildo on it and run it on slow if you need to. It goes back and forth.
Wow. Wow.
It's not a thing. Power tools, right? Being what they are.
I know I've seen that too, but I'm just saying I didn't know that there was other people that watched those videos.
I didn't know that. I just thought I don't know.
What if it was just?
That was an improv thing. I thought pick a funny thing, not funny thing, add a dick to it. Hopefully, it makes it funny. Usually, that formula works for me.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to lie, Jester. We know you watched the video.
What about the Texas Table Saw Massacre, where it's just a shorter movie? It's just Leatherface standing next to it, and he's like, "Come here," and nobody will. No,
Because he's got a short plug.
come on, come on. It's right. Just,
You could have Texas Jigsaw, where it just covers the family having an especially heated game night.
Right.
No, okay,
they
so
all
there's-
get their own puzzle, and it's like that race of time, like who gets theirs done first. Like I'm gonna kill you. I'm totally gonna murder you at getting this puzzle done first.
or it is just a Saw crossover, and it's Jigsaw. Want to play a game? I've got like Monopoly.
Yeah.
How about
What-
Crazy
what
ape.
pickup?
What about a joke about Christians always jacking off? I mean, because they don't.
Oh, Christianity is a circle jerk. There you go.
I mean, they don't have sexual merit.
Circle Kirk is one of my handles online. So
Nice. There you go.
I was thinking that would be like a good name for a band, the Circle Jerks.
it is.
It is a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keith.
Well,
I forget his first name.
The name describes the Venn diagram of people who are Kirk and people who are a jerk.
Keith Morris. So, like all other great bands with Keiths in them, Rolling Stones that I can think of. Yeah, Circle Jerks. Is a good
Yeah.
band.
I wonder what they
Do you
when
guys
they're
think
not
that I could use my my Jesus turning water into wine joke on stage?
I love that.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good
Yeah.
comparison.
Yeah.
Talking about Jesus used to start. Jesus used to turn water into wine, and now he's endorsing brothers jerking each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just could throw a hell of a party. Like if you're down with wine and fish sandwiches, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you could really milk that joke. for a
Right.
lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
All
if,
right.
like you could add more,
Maybe a
like
second coming.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did use that joke one time. It was with you, Jester. Actually,
I
something
loved it.
about a second coming.
I
I don't
loved it.
remember what it was.
I'm
but-
still mad at you for that joke because it's so funny and I didn't come up with it.
And now we forget what it actually was.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's
Oh,
gone
yeah.
forever.
Well, I've got some. I'm going to be telling some religion jokes later on. That's the stuff I bombed on stage with on Monday, and I need it in the workshop. I need to workshop.
I
That's what
thought
we're here for.
The first
Okay.
joke that you said, you were talking about juggling chainsaws, right? And then I
Yeah.
thought that you were gonna say, because you said something about their parents, and then I thought you were gonna say comedians. I don't
Oh,
know. It could have worked this with comedians as well, I guess.
yeah.
Purchasing
That's
a
probably why we're all here too.
Purchasing a firearm significantly increases an individual's chances of getting killed by
Shot.
firearm or killing themselves by firearm. Because when you get a gun, then gun stuff happens more, turns out.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, I'm not a statistician, but ever since I bought a reciprocating saw, I've spent a lot more time looking at stuff and going, I wonder if I can cut that in half.
That's true.
Have you seen in the news the number of children that have been murdering their parents with guns by accident? That is a thing, and there's a lot of them. Little 4 and
No.
5-year-olds get a hold of guns, and they think, "Oh, play it." Poof.
Accident.
Accident.
Yeah.
He's 4
Yeah.
years old.
They're gonna find out that there's actually like a Facebook group or something that they all belong to, and they've been planning this forever.
No, it's when that kid was 3. They weren't suspicious when he increased their insurance policies. Like,
That's right.
like he had to get
It's like-
a signature. Like, I mean, I know it was a little boy too. Like, let's not.
Right? Like, Mrs. Smith, why is this signed in crayon?
Exactly. Exactly. State Farm doesn't give a shit. They're paying out. That signature's good.
State Farm doesn't give a shit.
Is this promoted by State Farm? I hope not. Progressive. Edit that in.
All right, 5641. Just remember that. That's where we gotta edit it in.
All right. So now we move on to the portion of the show where we work on whatever, whenever, no, not whenever. Now we work on it now.
I'll be back.
So before we do that, we're gonna take a 3-minute intermission, and everybody go pee. If you haven't gone pee, I will turn this podcast around. Oh.
I already went like 20 minutes ago. All right. Ooh, last and first.
Of course it is.
Okay, I didn't miss anything, huh?
Is someone stirring a teacup?
Yeah, it's coffee.
Ah. Reminded me of that scene in Get Out.
Okay, so the original Creepy Crawlers was discontinued in '78 and then picked up again in the '90s.
Yes, my dad's came out of my grandma's house.
It really did sound like Get Out as soon as you said that, dude. I felt like I was fucking slipping away too. Fuck.
Oh, okay, so the original Creepy Crawlers used an actual freaking hot plate that they gave to children. That's so badass. Oh man. All right. So let's spin the wheel. I'm done. The second time today I've killed too much time with Creepy Crawlers.
You also give me the game Hog.
KD. All right.
Sorry, I'm just having a little trouble with my. There we go. I think I'm back. Am I back?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh no, I'm not. My
What's
headphones aren't working. I don't
Test.
know why.
A B C D E F G
Sorry.
H I Z K L M N O Z Q R S T
Sorry, I can't hear
U Z
anything, guys. I don't know why my.
W X Z Z Z.
No, you know your A's to
Now
Z.
you know the Canadian ZBAs.
Z Z Z Z.
I can hear them doing
Z.
things in my ears, but they're not connecting, and I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's actually my dream to move to Canada someday. My only worry is the bacon. That Canadian bacon is very strange.
It's just
Isn't
ham.
it just ham?
Yeah.
It's just ham. Don't be scared.
Ham's good.
Uh-oh.
I like
It's
ham.
back
that.
bacon.
Can we change that to something else? That's gross. That face. Wait, never mind. That's me.
Oh. We'll just
I
wait a
got
minute for
another
Katie. I
joke.
think Katie's
Did you
back.
guys know this is related to Albert Einstein? And did you guys know that in the South, where I'm from in Louisiana, the theory of relativity is just trying to figure out your family tree. Explaining your family tree.
That's
And I
hilarious.
don't think you guys get the gravity of that joke because your uncle
Ah!
could be your cousin.
Was that a joke with the gravity
Yeah.
talking about the universe? Okay, good. I
Yeah.
like that part.
Because nobody liked it.
Well, at least you're universally constant, Jeremy, when you're talking about these things.
Can you hear us?
I got like
I can hear you now.
14
Hey!
likes. 14
I don't know what the
likes
heck
is
happened.
not- It's too little.
All right, double header. Here we go.
All right.
So this is going to be all over the place. So I just found out that what my grandma told me my entire life was actually true. I am big boned. I was actually just recently diagnosed with a bulged disc. So yeah, big boned. Who knew? So I called up that bitch Lindsay from grade 7, and I said, just so you know, I have a medical condition. So how do you feel now about telling me that I was fat when we were kids? And she said, I feel like you're going to a lot of trouble to tell me that you're still fucking fat. So yeah, hung up on that fucking bitch. Once a bully, always a bully, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Being a kid's hard, though. Like I went to high school with this girl named Anita, and she was called Anita Lace so many times that she just became a slut, right? You're like, Anita, you don't have to do this. And she was like, what other choice do I have, right? And you're like, yeah, you know what? You're right. At least, be safe. Take this handful of condoms, right? But I had it pretty bad when I was a kid. I actually went unnamed as a baby for almost a week. Every name that my mom came up with, everyone hated, and they kept shooting it down. So she finally, after 6 days, opened the middle of a name book and just stuck her finger in and just said Kelly. That was it. That was it. It's true. Like K is basically in the middle of the alphabet, right? So I was literally like 1 page away from being a Karen. So yeah, narrow escape for sure. So my name was Kelly Parton. Seems like a pretty innocent name until I hit elementary school, and that quickly changed into Smelly Farton. Yeah. I mean, fast forward like 30 years of PTSD. I actually have a touch of IBS now. So, either my parents had some really good forethought or just like a pretty sick sense of humor. But I guess I'll never know. I mean, not because they're dead or anything. I just smoke like a ton of weed, and I'll probably forget to ask them. So, yeah. But I am married. I'm pretty grateful for that because the dating pool is shallow. It's shallow out there, right? It's like a motherfucking splash pad out there for sure. My girlfriends have more dick pics in their inbox than I have kitty litter coupons. It's a lot. And I have a lot of fucking cats. But my husband's almost 5 years younger than me, so we argue a lot about who's going to die first, right? He's like, well, I'm a man, so it'll probably be me. And I'm like, well, I have a heart condition, so it'll probably be me. And he's like, well, I've been smoking since I was 12, so it's definitely going to be me, right? I'm like, you know what? This is stupid. Like, why are we arguing about something that we have no control over, right? So we made a murder-suicide pact. Yeah. It's on Saturday, so yeah, just working out these jokes for the going away party. So thanks for your input, guys. I think though, if my husband died, I really don't think I could stay in the same house though. Like, I mean, not really so much for the memories, but I just like really have this irrational fear that his ghost would watch me fuck someone new.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like walk past the chair on the far side of the room and be like fuck a wet spot on the floor. Like, what the fuck, right? Like, not sure if it's ghost like from like crying or masturbating, but yeah, either way, I'm fucking out of there. Also, like, where's my dead grandma? Like, she died when I was 6, and like when I was a kid, it was kind of comforting when my mom was like, grandma's always with you, but like I'm 42 and I still masturbate under the covers, so just in case. Don't want grandma watching. But I'm the second kid. Me and my husband actually don't have kids. I'm was actually scared to have kids when sorry. I always had this fear that I would leave my kid somewhere if I had it. I wasn't really sure where that fear came from until my mom just recently told me that she forgot me at a baseball field when I was a baby. Yeah. I mean, it was the 70s. It was a small town. Like, I was safe-ish. The t-ball coach who found me was, like, way more into boys anyway, so I was fine. But yeah, I did have it rough, too, when I was a kid. I was actually the first one in my class to get armpit hair. Not like the first girl, like the first one in the entire class. So, like, imagine my poor mother, like, you know, having to shave your 8-year-old's armpits because she's not even old enough to use, like, the grown-up scissors yet, like, let alone a razor, right? So, but I'm pretty okay with not having kids because I'm the second kid, and, like, I don't know if any of you are the second children out there, but we're the shitty one, right? Like, the first one's the trick. They're all sweet and they sleep through the night, and they really make you want another one. And then the second one just comes out screaming and doesn't stop for like 2 years, right? Yeah, that's the one that's gonna like piss in your face and like shit down your arm and like throw up in your mouth. Yeah, that's me. There's 7 years in between me and my brother. My whole life, they called him the angel child, like to my fucking face. They called him the angel child. They called me the one that swam around the IUD.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not the joke though. That part's real. Yeah, if you guys don't know what an IUD is, that's an inter-uterine device. Where you actually get surgically implanted birth control. Yeah, so I took one look at that and I was just like American Gladiator, that fucking bitch. It was like, oh no, it's all over. But I mean, really, it was the 70s. I mean, how reliable could that have been? Like, the doctor probably just like balled up some tinsel and like shoved it up there, right? You know, he was just like, yeah, like the reflections will just fucking throw them all off. Like, you're good. Right, my poor mother, she's just like walking around like crinkle, 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 crinkle. Fucking cats are following her around like but Justin, do I have room for one more?
Totes.
Yeah, okay, all right. But yeah, like I said, I'm married. I decided to go in complete and total opposite this time. My ex-husband was like super serious, and my husband's really funny. My ex-husband was really tall, and my husband's short. My ex-husband was thin, and my husband's fun at parties. He's not really though; he's just fat. But when me and my ex actually got together, I was 16 and he was 20. Yeah, so years later when it all went south, I said to my mom, like, what were you thinking, like, letting your 16-year-old date a 20-year-old, right? And she was like, have you met you? I was like, wasn't really sure if that meant I was stubborn or into pedophiles. But, yeah, turns out it was the pedo thing, but, you know, that's a story for another workshop, guys. That's it for me.
Do we get to give tags in this part too?
Absolutely. Lay it on me. This is my good shit, Kirk.
All right, I was writing them down. All right, so you said that you have a bulged disc, or a bulged disc, or as the kids like to say, some junk in the lower back. Then there was the shallow dating pool, like compared to a splash pad or like a slip and slide into my DMs.
I like that a lot.
It's a trash bag. It's a bunch of trash bags.
Wouldn't it be worse if your dead husband's ghost wasn't watching you fuck? Like he's just out playing golf with a bunch of his dead buddies. Like,
How rude!
He still doesn't care.
and
You think I put lingerie on for this fucking guy? No, like I put on your favorite lingerie for your ghost.
Oh.
and the 70s IUD that you avoided, like ironically, it was made by the same company that made the Yugo car. So
Oh God.
that's all. I was
My
I
20-year-old
imagined it was a
boyfriend
rubber band.
thirst trapped me with a sippy cup.
Oh.
Nice.
I like the oh, I mean, I don't want to be more, but you talking about your grandma's ghost. I
Yes.
was wondering, are there like any scenarios like you could kind of act it out, as an example, maybe to add in there, or like maybe you're masturbating on the blankets and grandma comes up as a ghost. You want some cookies and milk?
It's like I was almost finished, Grandma. Fuck, I got to start all over again. That's actually I had that joke for a while. Like the ghost jizzer joke is like one of my regular jokes, but the grandma thing is a brand new thing that I just added on. That I just tried out for the first time tonight. So
It was
Yes.
great.
Ghost jizzer.
Thank you.
The ghost jizzer's a regular joke.
yeah, it's in rotation.
Did I
Maybe it's-
mishear it? I swear it was your dead husband.
She did both, I thought.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
That is the dead husband is the ghost jizzer because his dead ghost is masturbating to watching me fuck someone. That's when I make my little notes for stage. That's how I know this joke as ghost jizzer.
Maybe it's ectoplasm. Maybe it's ectojism. Maybe it's exo husband.
No husband. I thought whenever you're arguing with your husband, you're going back and forth, and then at the end you could be like, "Well, I have big bones, asshole."
Yeah. Yeah, I like to blame my problems on other things. I also have ADHD. I was just recently diagnosed with ADHD, so I like to blame a lot of shit on that. Where I used to like to blame it on my astrology sign. I was just like, well, I'm an Aries. Like, yeah, we just procrastinate. We're just slobs. It's just, yeah. But now I have ADHD. It's like, well, yeah. So it turns out it was my ADHD the entire time,
ADHD
It
is
can't
a
be me.
dopamine disorder. I can help.
say-
Here's cute Lex Luthor.
Oh, perfect.
There you
Cured.
They say that the smart people are a little bit less organized, or their workspaces are a little bit disorganized. So you're gonna make fun of me because I'm smart? You're gonna talk shit about my desk area? Would you rather me be stupid?
Yeah, I am, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do it out of order like a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I cannot keep a clean room. I cannot. I just live out of baskets and chairs and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. My entire life. So I'm working on a joke about that too. My mom coming at me now about my messy bedroom, right? I'm just like, well, it turns out I have a problem with my brain, Mom. Like maybe you shouldn't have done acid while you were pregnant with me, right? Like if we're gonna point some fingers here, maybe we should get to the root of the problem. So
Maybe you should have made me cook my own food in that easy bake oven.
right?
I went to my boss and I tried to explain to him that I have that same brain problem. And he was like, "That's what I've been trying to tell you."
Oh, shite.
Yeah, it's a trip. That's for sure.
You were talking about acid and trips. I had to giggle.
Well, let's give it up for KD doing a double header back to back there.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thanks for all the
That's-
feedback, guys. That was great.
That's what you call a solid 10 or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I lost track of time. Or so.
Tennish.
Great.
Or
Tennish. Tennish, anyone?
looks
It's
like anyone
me. Chris Pratt.
Right.
Woo!
All right. So,
I like the wheel. It's pretty cool.
I think it's fun. So I'm going to start with this. There's this lovely allegory for hell that I think is just charming. In hell, everyone is sat in front of this amazing buffet, except that they're given 3-foot-long chopsticks, and they can't reach the food to their mouth. And in heaven, same table, same chopsticks, except everyone is feeding each other. I think that's really nice. But I mentioned that to mention some horrible shit, and that was just to warm you up. Stephanie Grisham, the former Donald Trump press secretary, just released a book. And she dropped some bombshells. And normally it's the press secretary's job to deny dropping bombshells, but no, she dropped some bombshells. And not like about like politics, about like some weird shit. Like, okay, news, this is big news. Trump cuts his own hair. I did not expect that. I thought for sure it's got to be a team of barbers and construction workers and probably, I don't know, candy floss spinners. But no, he cuts his own hair. No one in that profession wants to take the blame for like some of the worst, most iconically bad hair out there. And he has some really, really long scissors so he can reach the back of his fucking head to cut his own hair. Back to the hell allegory. I think the worst level of hell, you have to cut Donald Trump's hair. And people have to know about it. Of course he does his own hair. Who wouldn't love to be professionally responsible for that hair? There's no more amenable client than a self-loathing narcissist, right? Oh boy. Also, here's another fun fact from her book. Stephanie Grisham's husband worked a job in the White House as well, and he's like a musician, like not like anything else. And like he would serenade Donald Trump when he was sad, and like so Donald Trump would be like, "Fetch me my minstrel boy." I don't do a Donald Trump impression anymore. I do him as Caligula. "Fetch me my minstrel boy. I wish to be entertained." But the number one request was the song "Memory" from fucking Cats. Oh man, Donald Trump getting a private concert of "Memory." That is the butthole cut. Because it was Donald Trump and it was "Memory." There were some slight alterations too. The lyrics went person, woman, man, camera, TV. Anyways. It was brought up earlier that toddlers be murdering their parents with gun violence. In America, this is a very specifically American issue. I should mention that. Here's the problem with that, you guys. Parents can respond themselves children, but parents themselves can't respond. I fucking love that. That is sad poetry. Here is the shit material, literally and figuratively, that I did in a workshop on Monday that just bombed so bad. Because it involves religion and poop. Let's just try this out. Okay, this needs some fucking work. Okay. I took a big poop the other day, and it left me feeling hollow. You know what I mean? But literally, physically, spiritually, metaphysically, I felt like my organs were rearranging. It was the type of poop that made me question my belief in God. Either there's no God, and this is just the entropy of the universe, and I'm lucky to experience it. Maybe there is a God, and I'm being punished. Maybe there is a God, but it's one of those other gods, and because you know what? whatever's doing this feels like it has like multiple arms going in every direction. So I gotta look into some Hinduism, you guys. Maybe there's no God, and I killed him with this poop. What if there is a God, and he wasn't angry with me before, but this poop made him angry? What if there is no God, and maybe eating poorly prepared pork will give you the shits whether or not you made God mad or not? Isn't it weird that all of the holy texts remind you to not eat uncooked pork? Like, because when you shit like that, that is obviously God coming down on you. What if there is a God, and he's looking at me right now going, shut the fuck up. I have nothing to do with this. That's probably what it is. I think if cutting Donald Trump's hair isn't the lowest tier of hell, I'll let you know what it is, because I think I'm about to find out. That's my time, you guys.
Woo!
Oh boy.
I like the long scissors. That was really funny.
That's true, dude. I found that out.
What?
That's true. That so like yeah. So like that's literally the big like everyone knew he was like colluding with the Russians and like that old news. He cuts his own hair.
That's the breaking news. Yeah.
I mean,
funny.
after the because I like the Hindu arm thing with the shit. After that, could you say I actually looked at it in the toilet and I saw the face of the Prophet Muhammad? But I can't describe that to y'all. So let's just go with Hinduism.
It must be that elephant god, because I'm about to take an elephant shit.
You said this. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know the last time that I ate beef, I prayed for death. That's for sure. I was praying hard. I haven't eaten beef in over a year now. So, yeah. I was asking for God that day. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was just going to say, you said maybe this poop made him angry. You're talking about Jesus, but maybe it was the joke that made him angry.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you said maybe
that's more probable.
That made him angry, and then you're like, well, maybe it was this joke that made it. Like you're questioning yourself.
Yeah.
I really like the comparison, or like hell and heaven being buffets. I'm wondering if you could do more with that, because I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I could use that as like a transition. I've got a bunch of food-based material that I could use that as a transition. I don't know.
Do you think in heaven it would be all vegetarian stuff, or would that?
Oh God, I hope not.
Because I mean, hell is got the fire around, so of course it can't be hell.
Yeah, if it's hell, everything's gonna be well cooked, right?
It's burnt.
Like you could ultimately find your inner self through a rectal laxative tablet that you insert.
Some soul searching.
Oh,
digging deep.
Getting to the bottom of it.
I'm gonna go stay in the wilderness for 3 days by myself. No food or no water, just this butthole pill.
Oh, it feels good to be one of the guys, I'll tell you.
Survival of the shittest.
Oh wait, hold on. I've got it, Katie. That just reminded me. I've got this joke that I wrote today that I didn't get in here. I was like, so this one's just for the men to relate to, and just for the women to laugh at us.
Okay.
You ever go and you're getting your junk out to pee, and you only at that moment have like eyes on one ball, and you gotta like there's that moment where you're like, oh, like what? And you gotta go looking. You can't just like let it be like hiding around. Like that happens. Anyone happen to you guys?
I don't typically take my balls out to pee. I don't need to have my balls out to pee. They can stay inside the clothes, or
I always get the balls over the edge. It's like their one chance. I don't know.
How'd you get the
If you're
Franks
gonna
over
let
the
one
weed?
dog out, you might as well let them all out at the
I'll
same
tell you
time,
what.
right?
I'll tell you what. If they
Who
weren't
let
locked in
them
a high
all?
humidity environment as much as they are, I bet they'd be less pruny.
No. See, TMI, but only because you asked. I actually sit down. I think girls are geniuses for inventing that.
Oh, that
Thank
sounds
you,
nice.
Joseph. Thank you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a really dirty place tonight, I'm like, okay, I gotta stand. But at home, it's like, I need to sit.
Yeah. Same. If I'm in a real dirty place too, I'm popping a squat.
Oh yeah.
I'm really.
And if it's
still
real bad,
focused
you do that. And if it's real bad, you do that move where you like use the actual toilet like a squatty potty and like stand on the toilet seat. That's the final tier.
Oh no, I'm not taking that chance.
I'm still really focused on this new TV show we're doing, Naked and Constipated and Afraid.
Naked and
I-
constipated.
That should probably just be like the regular running title. Like that, like, they can't be eating well.
Well, I mean, if we're doing
Not on
like
screen.
if we're doing reality shows now with constipate, what about Locked Up Abroad and Constipated? Nobody would mess with you if you were in jail just shitting all over the place.
Yeah.
Or they could just feed the Kardashians some really bad sushi. That'd be funny.
Oh, that would be funny. We've planted cameras in all of the bathrooms at their house, and we're about to deliver bad sushi.
What if it was just?
Family of fun.
What if it was Locked Out Abroad, and we gave these women handfuls of laxatives and 30 minutes to figure out how to break into their own house.
Otherwise, they're gonna shit outside.
This week on Locked Out Abroad.
Kirk, I think you have $1 million idea on your hands.
It's all working.
You should write some pitches for these things because you're gonna go far, my friend.
There's gonna be a lot of fucking chicks shitting in their bushes. I'll tell you that much.
We all will do things to be famous. It's just
And then you could like sell videos to like help men. Like, man, if you go to her house, make sure you check the bushes. If she's got shit in her bushes, this is not the type of girl you want to take out on a date.
There will be nothing.
Or is it?
There will
Sounds
be
like she's up for
sexual
anything.
about this show. It will be for pure hilarity.
Hey, guys,
Pure
guys,
hilarity.
should
All
look
white
this too.
outfits, 10 women competing. Who can get in there quick enough to the toilet? Like that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it'd be just like that scene out of Bridesmaids.
You know, toilet pooping is often the first act of a lot of episodes of I didn't know I was pregnant.
Right? Yeah. Totally. I just thought it was the corn dog I ate for lunch. Then suddenly I had a wing.
I looked down and there was a baby.
There's a hand reaching out.
God,
I thought it was gas.
That little
Must
hands.
be
Where'd
horrible.
you come from?
Can you imagine mistaking a pregnancy for a poop? Your everyday poops must be crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
A wild ride. That's not something that you want to do in a Wendy's. I don't feel like you got to take that.
That sounds
take that
like
shit
something
home.
you do want to do it at Wendy's. You want to clean the bathroom up? Fuck no, you get out of there.
I mean, in all fairness, in that show, there's very few people on the show I didn't know I was pregnant who you couldn't easily hide a whole other person inside.
Fair.
Oh,
I don't know,
They just
I'm
have
with
bulge
Judy.
discs, all right, Jester. They're just big bone.
there's just
They have
big
a lot of bulge discs.
Got a lot of bigger bones than
That's
everybody
right.
else.
A lot of large bones.
Let's spin the
Spin
wheel.
that wheel.
They evolved from the elephant thing. That's where that person. Yeah, me. Okay, whatever. Kirk.
Kirk.
It's Circle Kirk.
Circle.
yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to. All right, it is Kirk.
All right. Rob Zombie invented mumble rap. The year was 1993. The song was a song called Thunderkiss 65. And then he truly perfected it a few years later with a song called Real Solution Number 9 off of the album Astro Creep 2000. That's the only controversial thing I will say. Let's get to some other stuff. Does anybody else get like just really nervous, like anxious when you realize you're about to have to answer one of those security questions to log into a website or something? Like never sure what you may have answered. Like my memory's good. Like some of the old ones are easy. Like my mother's maiden name is Kirk. Like I don't use that as one of my security questions because I feel like it's sort of a his password is password type of situation. Like, I mean, possibly unhackable. Nobody would think of that. But anyway, I mean, the questions used to be easy, like street you grew up on, like very straightforward. But I think they were a little hackable. Like a lot of people were getting people's info because some of them were easy. Like, you know how many high school mascots are the Tigers? Like, that was one of them, right? High school mascot? Yeah. Guess Tigers. That's going to be at least half of them. I mean, lions, tigers, bears, identity theft. It's just, yeah, I mean, ironically, like, first name of your first pet, tiger. That's a good one there. That'll work. I don't know, cat or dog. Oh, anyway. But yeah, no, I think those were too easy for people to steal. So they started making them more difficult. Like they've even started letting you write your own security question. Like I had to answer one of those recently that I wrote for myself a couple of years ago. And the question I asked myself was third best hip hop artist of all time.
Oh.
Now,
Oh.
I couldn't even remember if I was including Biggie and Pac. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Finally, I got very nervous. I just threw out Nas. And yeah, Nas, it got me in. He's always my number 3. Nas. Thanks. What else? I watched Woodstock 99, that documentary on HBO recently. It reminded me of going to a lot of concerts in the 90s when I was a kid out in the hot summer Texas sun. That was one of the big complaints that people had in this documentary. Was it was so hot at Woodstock 99. I mean, in my experience, you haven't really lived through a summer music festival unless you've eaten enough psychedelics to where you leave with a sunburned penis. I'm looking at you, Rockfest 97. Fort Worth, Texas. Whew, that was a rough day at the NASCAR track. Like, I mean, if we're talking numbers, like there were 225,000 people at Woodstock 99. At Rockfest 97, I was one of 400,000 people in the hot summer sun, just getting sunburns. I mean, chilling all day. It was mostly white people. Like a lot like Woodstock 99 was. But if we're just talking straight numbers, like this was Texas in the 90s at a NASCAR track. You know we beat Woodstock on those sexual assault charges. Strictly numbers. I don't know. Complaints about festivals. They were complaining about traffic too in that documentary. Like I said, I went to a lot of festivals. Like going in, traffic's always going to be bad, but Rockfest ended at midnight that night. And me and my friends, we were prepared. If you bring enough drugs with you, you can chill the whole night. And the parking lot's empty the next afternoon when you leave. One of the big complaints everybody had was about DMX, like in the documentary, how he was performing his hit song at the time, I can't even say the name of the song. I'm aware of that. It's yeah, he was performing it, and like in the documentary, it was like all white dudes in the crowd singing the chorus back to him. Like maybe it was because he was holding the microphone out to them. I don't know. That would have made DMX himself feel awkward, but it was just simpler time when if it was in the song lyrics, you could just sing it. I don't know, and get away with it. We weren't all aware of our white privilege back in those days, but a new thing I've figured out, and I'll end it with this, is I'm aware of a white karaoke privilege these days where I like to perform a lot of 90s hip hop at karaoke. I'm quite good at it. But you know how easy it is on me as a white dude? When I do First of the Month by Bone Thugs and Harmony, half of the words, I just sit there and take casual breaths. I can't say it. Oh, God, it's so easy. It's so easy. White karaoke privilege. Thank you. I'm Kirk Broussard.
Can I just say, like, as I actually am not, I listen to more pop than I definitely do rap. And so when you were saying, I had no idea. It was like, what is DMX's top song? My what? And then when you were explaining, I was like, oh.
Did you look it up or did you just figure it out?
No, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, now.
Yeah, it's like maybe a 2-minute long song, and that's literally the core. Like in between every line he says, that's the response, callback response, callback response. And yeah, it was a little strange watching. Yeah, just I mean, 95% white dudes in this crowd. I forgot I didn't do the little part about Rockfest too that I like where. Because I talk about how they're so white, and like Rockfest had more women there because the lineup, like Bush, No Doubt, Collective Soul, Counting Crows, Sugar Ray, like it sounds like I'm listing now. That's what I call midlife crisis, but it's not, yeah. But I don't know. I would have traded like Sugar Ray for TLC or something, like just diversify a little bit. Like I feel like we could have done that. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been trying to figure out that whole joke.
I did the Space Jam theme song at a small town dive bar one time just to see what would happen. And,
what
they
is
didn't-
the Space Jam theme song, Jester?
Everybody
Sounds
get
out of
up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going now. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Amazing.
I was on a date one time with a black girl, and we sang Ebony and Ivory.
That's funny.
Nice.
I've only done karaoke once, and it was so horrible. I was singing my favorite song, "Dancing in the Moonlight," and I was so nervous. My voice was so high. I was like, "Dancing in the Moonlight."
Karaoke, like with national anthems, is the safe move is to start in a lower octave than you think you're going to need.
Yeah, right?
So you don't
Absolutely.
end up like doing Britney Spears like, I'm the Rockets, Red Glare!
Get it like a wrecking ball. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Kirk brings a new meaning to roasting weenies, you know, like that you, and when you said a bunch of white people, like, well, you guys started out white anyway. By the end of the weekend, you're like, you know, more like a salmon meets a cherry kind of color.
So. Yeah.
But really good set. I liked it. They really had a lot of funny stuff.
Thanks. I like that. Yeah, that could like you've never experienced the music festival if you've eaten enough psychedelics and had like a weenie roast with a bunch of your friends. By weenie roast, of course, I mean a sunburned penis.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, Kirk, did you say that the part about I know you mentioned women attended one festival more so, and you named like the bands and stuff, and then you made a joke. That was hilarious. But were you saying that that's part of the set or not? Because I think you should add that.
Oh yeah, no, I usually do that. I was just like running. I went over by like, I mean, probably half a minute, if not more than that. But I was, yeah, I'd left that end out of it.
Oh yeah, we're all timing you. This is perfectly timed. All of this.
Myself over
Do not
here.
go over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Jester
But,
will
And
yeah,
you'll
cut
want
you
to give
off.
the
I like
women equal time to be Lilith fair and balanced.
Yeah, I like the now that's what I call midlife crisis thing. Every
So
time.
why was your weenie out?
Yeah.
Like, were you there with some girl and she put you up on her shoulders and you were flashing the band your weenie? You're like, hey guys, look at this! Like, you remember old school back in the day, flashing boobs
Well,
at the
I did
concert.
I used to introduce that because it's with the Woodstock '99. Because in the documentary, there's a lot of nudity in it, like of dudes and chicks, and controversial talk about that. Like, but
Okay.
it just kind of shortens the whole thing, and it's still got the same, if not a better laugh.
Okay. So I haven't seen the documentary, so that might.
Yeah, it's just naked. I mean, I don't know.
But
it's
that
just,
makes sense. I remember the original Woodstock video that I had on VHS.
Yeah, I mean, even totally. All of them had just naked people walking around and stuff. But unfortunately, '99 was like, I mean, I think 95% like white dudes, but I mean, it was at least probably 85%. Like it was, and not a great lineup. Like it was. I have another part where I talk about it's odd because it was all white, but like the lineup was more diverse, like music wise, but still there was no like hip hop or R&B, nothing. It was just drew more white women and white guys than just all white dudes to see Limp Bizkit. And
Yeah, the Bare Naked Ladies didn't go to Woodstock '99, but the Bare Naked Men showed up in force.
yeah, oh god damn it, that's good. I have Jewel was at both, ironically, and I remember I loved Jewel at the time. She did great at Rockfest '97, and then at '99, I'm like, what did Jewel do in those 2 years in between? How did she get everybody to hate her? I don't know, but it's like she was great.
I always thought she was cute.
Let's be honest, Kirk. You were at a Family Force 5 concert, weren't you? You were at this was the Chainsaw Tour, right? That's what the Family Force 5. I looked it up. So Joseph,
Awesome.
look it up. Family Force 5 Chainsaw, buddy.
Do
it.
If I don't type it in now, I'll forget it forever, and I'll be glad.
They're all terrible. All of their videos are worth watching.
Okay, I could hate watch some shit.
I started typing it, and I got family found dead at first.
Oh yeah, Chainsaw comes up as like the one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got the lyrics.
Yeah, you want to be careful when you type in Family Force too. Like
Crank it
easy.
like a chain. Crank it like a chainsaw.
I've got this idea for a Chrome extension that puts a translation layer over all of your porn websites, so that instead of saying like stepsister or all that weird fucking freaky incest bullshit that shows up in keywords, like just be like local bank clerk or whatever the fuck, something, just anything else, But yeah, I think that
you were gonna say that like you want it to just like do it in a different language you don't understand and not show you any screenshots of it, so you just
I don't want these sloppy bitches family private drama when I'm just trying to get off. That's
you never know what you're clicking on. You're learning the language and expanding your sexual horizons at the same time.
That might help you to study more as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm studying Thai. That's an SNL bit. Oh. Next up is Joseph.
Whoop.
And the wheel becomes a black thing.
Oh man, that's
Okay. Oops, pardon me.
Hey.
There you go. There.
Yo. Gosh, quarantine's been really weird. Normally I'm pretty clean shaven, but with everything I haven't been seeing my barber. So I'm definitely gonna have to shave my beard. I mean, her legs are hairy as fuck. So anyone on the dating apps lately? I also want to mention those. No? Okay. How about Grindr? Anybody on Grindr? That's a little different than a dating app. So for those of you who don't know, Grindr is an app that's very much like Pokemon Go. It
Ha.
shows you which guys are closest to you, and when you find one that you like, you throw your balls at them. In case it's not super obvious by now, I'm gay. And when you're gay, people ask you a lot of questions. Like, when did you know you were gay? And I always answer, oh, I don't. This is something I'm just trying out, like the free trial you get with Netflix. I'll let you know when my 30 days are up. But no, I'm gayer than a closeted Republican. When I came out on Facebook because I figured if you come out on Facebook, you never have to do it again, right? Not the case. But I was talking with some of my straight friends, and I learned something the other day. I get a lot of the same Facebook ads as straight people, only they're gayer. Like, I got an AT&T wireless internet ad, but it was two guys cuddling on their couch over a tablet. I was like, gosh, even my Facebook knows I'm gay. But I wish coming out was as magical as straight people thought it was. Like, they were actual coming out parties. Like, I would love to walk into my apartment and have 20 of my closest friends pop out of my closet. Surprise! We know you like dick. Like, I'm talking penis-shaped cakes, balloons tied together look like ball sacks, and I wouldn't say no to a couple of male strippers. Anyway, parties like those, who wouldn't choose to be gay, right? Because that's another question people ask. They go, is being gay a choice? And I always go, oh, do I wish it was, hypothetical straight person? Because, like, I'm pretty sure I could turn guys gay. I mean, I would be the used car salesman of the gay world. Guys, I'm just saying, you know, we have the same equipment. I know what I like. And I'm pretty sure it's around the same ballpark of what you like, if you catch my drift. I do have to warn you, though, being gay can be hard. Some nights really hard. Like, one thing that's hard about being gay is aging. Like, I'm 29, and I just realized that they don't make porn about my age anymore. Like, you know, most people in the market for 18 and hung. And I mean, I'm not 18 anymore, but, you know, got the other half working. Or people are in the market for a category of guys called daddies, which are guys 40 plus. And I mean, I guess I could add it to my 10-year plan, you know, and see where it goes. Right now, though, my idea of gay porn is just a guy sitting at his computer paying off his student loans. I'm like, you set up those monthly payments, you muscly bitch. But I like to ask straight people a question. One thing I've noticed, you know, I like to ask just because I've seen it a lot. If you're a girl and a girl hits on you, or if you're a guy and a guy who hits on you, like, what is it about that bothers you? I mean, believe it or not, I've been hit on by women, and my first thought isn't, oh, what did you say? Oh, come and get it, bitch. Keisha, hold my earrings. I've never gotten angry because someone thought I was attractive. It's flattering. I'm like, oh. Before COVID and everything, me and some friends were hanging out at a club, and I had what I call a Spider-Man moment. You know, we were at this club, dancing, drinking. It was fun, and then this guy, you know, he was hitting on this girl. You know, he was being real rude about it. He actually pushed her against the wall, and she bumped her head. Ambulance came. You know, police showed up, and you know, we were all kind of just collectively trying to help out the best we can. And I think what we all learned that night was with gay power comes gay responsibility. And I'll end by telling you this, straight people, we're not so different, you and I, except if I want to come, I might have to wait my turn first. And before I go home at the end of the night, I have to make sure my underwear are actually my underwear, not the other guys. Good night.
I think gay Spider-Man probably has the fun Uncle Ben.
I have two things, but I'm gonna pee real quick.
Okay.
You guys still hear me? Okay, my headphones just died.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I
Coming
was
out
thinking,
does not look like fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I made it fun. I came out on New Year's Eve. I was 18, and I wrote a Facebook post about how I'm going to be honest about everything. I posted it, and then I went to go party with my friends. And it was weird because none of them had read it yet because they were all at this party, and so they were dancing with me and stuff, and we were just hanging out. And I'm like, none of these people know I'm gay, but tomorrow they will when they check their Facebook feed.
You had a lot of really, really funny stuff. The beard, like right off the bat, the beard joke was freaking hilarious. And like in your Grinder stuff, but like Grinder, I hardly know her, but I mean it's been so fucking long. I'm in, you know.
I like that.
And your surprise party, it's like surprise, we know you like Jake. It's fucking hilarious. It's really good.
Thanks.
I was thinking real quick the Grinder when you ask the question and you get no response like you did in this room, but if it's in person, like I know it's not like really in your character, like maybe from what I've seen to like kind of be like a little angry, but like, hey, is anybody here to Grinder? And it's just silent, and you're just like, I can pull out my phone right now. I can tell who's lying. Like, and then you go into the part where you do explain what it is. Like,
I love that.
Then the dude, the muscly, the
Turbo
muscly
Boy 69, I know you're here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could even, I mean, depending on the response, you could like just start pointing at people. Like you're like looking like, yeah, all right. Just and just keep it going. Like I don't know, it could be fucking fun to toy around.
Meet Goblin. Yeah, I know that's you back there.
Most
ridiculous names.
Make up some profile names and throw them out. Like, oh well, shit. There's at least 3 in here, right? Like, where are you at? Where are you at? And then the muscular dude paying off the student loans, like to finish that like whole thing up that you already did. Like, just be like, that's right, baby. Type that CVC code, baby. I'm sorry. Isn't that the 3-digit number on the back of the credit card? CVC. Like, type that CVC code. Yeah.
I love that.
Have Grinder ready to go, and if the room is silent, just go okay, and just like a little flurry of swipe rights, and just see you, ding, 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 or whatever. You could plant that, like, and you could actually do it. And I thought, that would be fucking great. And also, you can remind them, or you could just look down and go, this app measures the distance in feet, right? It's not like Tinder where it's like, oh, there's somewhere. Like I could tell what row you're in.
Yeah.
What if Grinder or Tinder had like a 5-star rating system? Like, how was the date with Jeremy? Oh, the date was pretty shitty. We'll give him a 1 star. Like, for Grinder, like your rating system would be like the length of the dick or something. He's like, oh, this is a 7-star dude right here. I'm gonna sitting 5 feet away. Where's he at?
Maybe Grinder could borrow a feature from Uber and allow you to give people just the tip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys don't manscape that well, so you're basically just giving us the tip anyway, for the most part.
Oh, straight guys are
Especially the married ones.
right. No, I have heard horror stories from my straight friends. I'm like, wait, you've never like shaved your area? I know. Well, that's the way.
Wait till you discover what 5 o'clock shadows like elsewhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, that kind of hurts. That's too short. I also wrote. You're talking about coming out, and it's like I was thinking you're like I'm gonna have a coming out party or something. Like it's gonna be so fabulous and shit. But then white straight people took the coming out party and made it a reveal party. Like motherfucker, you're having a baby, you whore. Like let's have a party.
Right? I love that.
So like coming out is like instead of a gender reveal party, it's like a gender retcon party.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Gender reveal.
Yeah. Gender reboot.
I'm also trying to work on a joke because it's like part of my life too. But I like to ask straight people who pays on the first date because I feel like I always get interesting answers about that. Because as a gay man, I just go Dutch, and I was like, "You pay for your food, and I'll pay for mine."
Yeah, I'm working on.
So you're dating interracially then?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough that I'm bi, but I'm married, to a hetero man or whatever. So for the most part, I tell like a lot of married jokes or whatever, right? But I'm trying to like break into some bi jokes or I'm kind of like discovering that I'm pan instead of bi. So I'm trying to make fun of that kind of thing, and even like with my husband and stuff, like he obviously everyone fucking knows my orientation, but kind of making this joke where I threaten my husband all the time that I'm going to transition, right? It's just like, better mow that lawn or I'll turn this clit into a dick faster than you can blink, right? But like he's trying to like turn it on me, right? He's just like, well, it can go the same way, and he's just like, I think he'll make a hot lesbian, so I just like don't like clean the bathroom or vacuum anymore, like just to see if he'll actually go through with it,
You've got a broad range of options talking about relationships when you're bi. It's a buyer's market.
Is it hack if I like to say that I'm in an interracial relationship because I met my wife at a marathon?
Well, I used to say that living in Texas, people called me a racist when I was in high school. I ran 100-meter sprints.
I mean, I don't know if it's racist. I'm assuming. I don't know. God, I don't know. Oh, okay. Hold on. I need a minute.
Oh, Jester, where are you going?
I didn't think. When we met,
toys, buddy.
When we met, I always finished in front of her. I always there was a couple of different things. Like the black, I don't know. There was a couple. There was nothing I felt comfortable working all the way out in real time. I'm gonna have to like get some magnetic poetry and get back to you guys later. I swear to God.
When we met, I always finished it. What?
Something about he finished first at the marathon, and that's why they got together in the first place. But then it's also why they broke up. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be better. Like,
unlike the black girlfriend competing in the marathon, I didn't get there quickly enough.
I finished 7th, my wife finished 6th, and we celebrate our anniversary each year by having me watch her with 5 black dudes. Like, just.
Have you seen that new?
Like, just
that new.
5
horror
European
movie.
dudes and my wife. I don't know.
I met my wife at a marathon in which I finished 6th and she finished herself off in the bathroom later.
Oh, shit.
I needed a minute. I was like, I can't make this racist and sexist at the same time. What the fuck am I about to do? Fuck.
It's like, Kirk, you just add an extra dude every year, like 7 years, you get 7 dudes, 8th year, 8 dudes, right?
Well, we've all seen that.
We're not as fast as we used to be, so this year, there's be 100 or something people lined up.
And boy, were my nipples chafed.
We've all seen that.
God
horror
forbid you
movie.
hit your 50th anniversary. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, that-
Poor woman. She's in her 70s.
But if you're a marathon runner, then you're really waiting for that. What is it? 52.4? Is that what it is?
No idea.
A double marathon. There's like a 26
God,
point.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's like 50. There's like a 26.2 and a 50.
That would be right.
54 point. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
That would be you're good.
More research required for my marathon jokes. You can just run with it.
Have you seen the new horror movie where like the killer's chasing the woman up the stairs and she runs into a room with 5 black dudes? That's a different horror movie. Sorry.
Have you heard about the one where the woman gets away because she's wearing sensible fucking shoes?
Or knows how to
Well
turn
in
it
Europe.
around.
It's time to spin the wheel of Jeremy! Or not, let's just put him up.
What?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like looking at myself. You guys, like as comedians, we can learn stuff from watching good comedians. We can learn things from watching bad comedians. We can also learn things from the audience, like how to sit down and shut up sometimes. I'm just saying that maybe some people should quit comedy. Maybe me. I mean, maybe it's me. So I don't know what that's called. I brought my brain to the open mic today, so it's weird. It's all right. You guys ever dated anybody with like a lazy eye? It's kind of always weird. You're like, hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Okay, like, but it's kind of weird. Like I was dating this girl with a lazy eye, and like she also had a lazy nipple, so that was different. I found out whenever I was younger that I was adopted. My parents took us and we got blood tests, and my mom's A positive and I was AB positive, so we don't even have the same blood type. They raised me just the same. Dating's pretty difficult. I should know, I've been through a lot of bad dates, and I should know, when I'm on a bad date. But recently, my ex-girlfriend, the first date, I was there and 2 other dudes showed up. So it was like a 4-way date. That's probably number 1 thing, get out of there, right? But I stayed. Another sign I should have left was when we were having sex on the rooftop of my 20-story building. And she was like hanging halfway over the edge. Had I been 10 years younger, I could have just like gave it one powerful thrust and she would have been over the edge of the building. But I'm 39, so you can't do that anymore, right? But I noticed on her shoulder she had a tattoo of a spider, and it was a black widow spider. And I remember that black widow spiders kill the male widow spider, and I was worried, like I really wanted to push her over the edge. But we kept dating for a bit. And I mean, like, this girl had so many red flags, it was like a Vietnamese Independence Day. So, yeah, I recently got kicked off of Facebook for 2 different times. The first time was because I was talking about the color of my trash. In this case, it was white trash, family, whatever you want to say. So I got kicked off of Facebook for that. Well, the joke was rubbish is the stuck-up cousin of white trash. So that's for British people, and they flag that. So then I come back and I get back there and I'm back for like 2 days, and I joined this meme group, and the meme says, if your ex-girlfriend was a street name, what would her name be? And I said, horrible street. And they banned me for that too. So it seems that my ex-girlfriend has fucked Facebook as well. Like, I can't make jokes. You guys ever, like, I don't know. One time I got this this friend gave me this DVD. She's like, here's some porn. You can have it. I don't want it at my house. And I'm like, awesome. So I take it home and I'm watching it, and it's smoking porn, right? So the girl, she's got a cigarette and she's got a dick, and she's doing both at the same time. Like, I'm concerned, like, you're gonna burn that dude's dick with a cigarette. Like, that dude is not even questioning her abilities to suck a dick and smoke a cigarette at the same time without like mistaking one for the other. I mean, what if she starts to blow the cigarette and burns her mouth? That's fucking, I don't know. She's got to be a professional. But in this scene, there was no. This is a hot dog. It comes individually wrapped. So like in the scene, there was no ashtrays. So like whoever's gonna clean up after that is probably pissed off. So like I was on the beach in Thailand, and we found this bottle, and inside the bottle was like some ashes, and inside was a picture of this old grandma, and there was a letter inside, like, I'm sending an SOS message to the world. You know, I hope someone gets this punchline. So like we found out that from what we could read, the dead grandma, they wanted you to send them an email to let you know, or let the family know where you found grandma at. And you know, like, it's a grandma in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. And I'm not even really a comedian. I'm just a karaokean. I like bomb open mics so I can sing karaoke songs to you guys. That's why I wrote that joke. Yeah, loosey goosey. I don't know where that came from. All right, so I'll end it with this. So you ever go home and like you contact your good friend, and he's like, hey man, yeah, I'll come over. You know, we'll smoke out. We'll go get some beers. We'll do whatever. And I'm like, all right, man, that's cool. I still got a friend that still lives here after 20 years. And then like he comes over, and you find out that he's been coming over to dinner with your family for 6 years since you went to Vietnam. And he's been eating all of the food. And so I'm like, yeah, Mom, can I have that second piece of chicken? She's like, no, that's for Kevin. So like, again, Kevin's been coming over to my house and eating with my family since I left. Kevin's a goat, guys. So all right, that's all I got.
Hey. I liked your SOS joke. I think it rocks, man. Also, that blood type joke was A+. I didn't get all the blood type jokes because when it comes to genetics, I know allele, but not a lot.
I don't even know what that word means. So
yeah, that was a genetics pun.
I felt that lazy nipple joke because I've had a breast reduction, so they've actually taken my nipples directly off of my body and put them back on, and I'm 98% certain that she switched them.
That's a hard-working nipple, if I do say so.
And so yeah, they're not quite as symmetrical as they used to be. So when I first had my surgery done, I couldn't wear like a regular bra. And when I went back to work, you could see them sometimes, like if it was
poking out your armpits.
Yeah, and my lovely employees, used to call me drunk nips because they kind of.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The one thing that I wrote down was your lazy nipple thing, and this is not a tag. It reminded me of a joke of mine, but it's funny now that you started this, Kate. It's a tip to all the gentlemen in the room. If you ever find yourself in an intimate situation with a woman whose nipples point in different directions, just be sensitive and aware that she might be going through an identity crisis.
That's
Nice.
I'm sorry. That's that is all I have to contribute for that one for your set. That was funny, Jeremy.
And why did your mom take you guys to get blood tests? Like, was the blood test like the old school DNA test, right? So like she just figured like if whatever your blood didn't add up to whatever her and your father's was, oh well, your father.
Well, like me and my brother met his dad when he was 10, and I met my dad when I was 12, and they were both like, I guess that's the same time. So like my mom got blood tests for both of us, and that was when we met our fathers, was like that late, and it was different people. But yeah, that wasn't the blood test I was talking about, because obviously that proved who my dad was. But it doesn't.
You're really getting home here, KD. Fuck. sorry to drag up all this old trauma, Jeremy. I had no idea.
Yeah, that proved who my dad was, but it didn't prove who my mom was.
What if she just had like mailed out letters to a few dudes around town, and whoever showed up to like submit their test, yeah, we'll say it's you.
That's the premise.
Give the doctor like $100, and he's like, "Yep, I read the results. You are the father, sir."
Yeah.
That's basically the premise of Mamma Mia.
Yeah, totally is.
I have not ever seen that. That's hilarious. That's
my.
I've seen it 7 times. I love musicals.
I like watching a retired Pierce Brosnan, like a version of what, in my mind, that Pierce Brosnan in that movie is retired James Bond, and I just like watching him try to dance in a circle alongside like some of the most talented people ever. And then there's Pierce fucking Brosnan, just like fucking moving around like Rudy Giuliani in all those scenes. It's lovely.
His singing, it was weird. I couldn't tell if he was a good singer or not. And his voice is just like so.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so raspy. I'm like,
I genuinely, I mean, I like him, but like, I just don't see the appeal. Was he ever hot?
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Was.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm talking trash about Pierce Brosnan. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't deserve that from me.
I'm writing it down. Don't worry.
He doesn't care.
I'm having
what you think of him, Jester.
Yeah, good.
So
good.
What you're saying,
for
Jester,
him.
is my jokes need to be more guided about Pierce Brosnan. I got to write more rants about him.
Yes.
This is good feedback. I know. I appreciate that. Let me put that down as well.
It's just a tip.
It's just the tip.
Just a tip.
There's like so many comedians that are coming out with Pierce Brosnan jokes now. I don't know. It might be too late. You might have missed the bus or
jumping on that Bond wagon.
Yes.
You might have jumped the Bond.
That was good. That was good.
I like that.
I'd like to jump on that bit.
Well, I'm a fan of puns, so I'm going to say that seemed like a closing level joke to me.
Oh, I got a pun for you.
Okay.
My mom was really interested in dudes who had cars whenever she was dating my dad. My dad owned a Woody. That's a car. That's a station wagon.
My mom was a troll who drove a gremlin, so that's got to be something.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. That's not true. She drove a Harley, which is actually kind of badass. I just think the gremlin is a good punchline. Thanks to everyone. This has been a lovely 2 and some hour workshop knockout panel. I'm so glad to have enjoyed this with all of you. Good night. And now I'm with my left hand trying to wave and click and broadcast. Okay. No, I didn't get it yet. I have to hit twice. Okay, bye.